Jung referred to this phenomenon as inflation. When an individual becomes so engrossed in their persona that they entirely disconnect from their authentic self. This is the point at which the empath and the narcissist reflect one another. Each sustains injuries. Both entities are lacking a connection. One expands, while the other fades away. However, as a narcissist constructs a barrier to protect their vulnerability, the empath endeavors to mend the wounds of others. In this process, they become wholly oblivious to their own existence. However, this marks a pivotal moment. Jung referred to it as enantiodoroia, the instant at which one entity transforms into its antithesis. For the empath, this moment is significant. Upon the recognition that you bear no obligation for the emotions of others, neither their joy, their recovery, nor their sense of void, one must take ownership of their own actions and decisions. It is at that juncture that your potential is initiated. Once you relinquish the burden of guilt that does not belong to you, the narcissist's power diminishes significantly. When you cease to recoil from disapproval, the power of manipulation diminishes significantly. When you cease to provide explanations, justifications, and excessive concessions, you effectively render yourself psychologically imperceptible to them. Your vulnerabilities remain elusive to them, as you have ceased to delegate your self-esteem to external sources. They are unable to evoke your sense of guilt, as you have transcended the conflation of kindness with self-betrayal. They are unable to overwhelm you with affection, manipulate you through guilt, or distort your reality, as you have ceased to pursue affirmation from shattered reflections. This is not a matter of adopting a frigid demeanor. It pertains to the process of attaining authenticity. Jung articulated, the objective of existence is the process of individuation, to realize your authentic self, not the person others desire you to become. It is not the identity shaped by trauma that defines you, but rather your wholly integrated self. Illumination and obscurity, resilience and gentleness, limits and compassion, all in a state of equilibrium. Upon attaining this state, one not only safeguards oneself, but also catalyzes a transformation within the surrounding environment. Empaths who have successfully integrated their shadow do not merely achieve immunity to narcissists. They transform into beacons, steadfast, radiant. They do not pursue love. Rather, they personify it. They do not endeavor to rescue all individuals. They uphold the profound duty of ensuring their own salvation. Jung posited that when anger is properly integrated, it serves to safeguard one's boundaries. The possession of such power renders one impervious to disruption. To assert that declining is not synonymous with rejection. It embodies clarity. It is a verity. As you progress in your journey, you may start to observe something peculiar. Narcissists may still make an appearance, yet they will not linger, as they no longer perceive you as a source of sustenance. You exhibit a remarkable level of composure. You possess resilience. One should not engage in emotional labor that detracts from the essence of existence. They will seek out the former iteration of your being, the individual who experienced remorse for their fatigue, the individual who expressed regret for declining, the individual who designated self-sacrifice as love. However, that iteration has vanished, harmoniously interconnected and progressively developed. This represents the enchantment that Jung alluded to, the concept of psychological sovereignty, the capacity to experience a wide array of emotions while remaining ungoverned by any single one, to embrace profound affection while ensuring you remain true to yourself henceforth, to embrace openness while maintaining a sense of security, gentle yet resilient, to traverse the world in your true essence, unguarded and complete. The empowered empath has transcended the fear of narcissists, as there is no longer anything within them to exploit. There is no fractured conviction to take advantage of. There exists no unaddressed injury to dominate. What was once perceived as a burden has now transformed into your guiding principle. What once shattered your spirit now fortifies your essence.